Oil powers the modern world. It fuels the cars we drive, the planes we fly, the ships that move global trade, and the factories that produce the goods we use every day. Every day, the world consumes more than 100 million barrels of oil. But here's the surprising part. Most of that energy comes from just a handful of countries. A small group of nations controls a huge share of the global oil supply. These countries hold massive reserves, operate enormous oil fields, and influence energy prices across the entire planet. So, who really controls the world's oil, and how does that power shape the global economy? Despite the rise of renewable energy, oil remains one of the most important resources on Earth. Transportation, aviation, and global shipping still rely heavily on petroleum. While oil is produced in many places, most production is concentrated in a few key countries, with the reserves and infrastructure needed to dominate the market. The United States is currently the largest oil producer in the world. For decades, the country relied heavily on imported oil, but everything changed with the shale revolution. New technologies like hydraulic fracturing and horizontal drilling unlocked vast reserves trapped in shale rock. Oil production surged across regions like Texas, North Dakota, and New Mexico. As a result, the United States transformed from a major oil importer into one of the world's leading producers and exporters. Saudi Arabia has long been one of the most influential countries in the global oil market. The kingdom sits on some of the largest oil reserves on Earth, and its production costs are among the lowest in the world. Because of this, Saudi Arabia has enormous influence over global oil prices. The country is also the leading member of OPEC, the Organization of the Petroleum Exporting Countries, which helps coordinate production levels across major oil-producing nations. Russia is another major energy powerhouse. Its vast territory contains huge oil reserves, especially in Siberia. Russian energy exports flow through pipelines and shipping routes that connect Europe and Asia. Oil revenues are a critical part of the country's economy, and energy exports have become an important tool of geopolitical influence. The United Arab Emirates is also one of the world's key oil producers. Most of its oil production comes from Abu Dhabi. While the country has diversified into finance, tourism, and trade, oil revenues played a major role in building its modern economy and infrastructure. Canada rounds out the list as another major producer. Much of its oil comes from the enormous oil sands deposits in Alberta. These reserves are among the largest in the world. Although extraction is more expensive than conventional drilling, Canada exports large quantities of oil, especially to the United States, making it a crucial part of North American energy security. Looking at the global oil industry, one thing becomes clear. Energy is not just about fuel, it is about power. Countries that control major oil reserves can influence global markets, shape alliances, and impact the stability of entire regions. For more than a century, oil has shaped global power, and although the world is gradually shifting toward renewable energy, oil remains one of the most strategic resources on the planet. Understanding who controls it helps explain how the modern global economy really works.